Hi, I'm Wickham, reporting for Wickham Court School. A few weeks ago, all senior students were given a task to come up with some big ideas about technologies. In fact, to invent something, maybe not a real thing, but to develop some ideas, something innovative, which would benefit people. Students were asked to look around and find something which needs to be improved, maybe replaced with a newer concept. Maybe something which does not exist at the moment, but if it does, it will improve people's lives. Where exactly to look? What to invent? We were told that the sky is the limit. And I do not mean just Sky Studios. So the students were quite enthusiastic about it. In total, we had 44 ideas, and it was a difficult task to sort them out, to discuss them and to shortlist some for further discussion. However, in the end, it was done. Now I will pass you over to Amelia.
Thanks, Chuck. Hello, I'm Amelia. Yes, we received quite a few ideas, schemes, drawings. To be honest, some of them were outright unacceptable. Some were not really developed. However, the student experts selected a few interesting ideas, and I'm going to present them to you.
The idea is that the iPhone camera is in the centre of the screen, so then when you FaceTime someone, it looks like you're looking straight at them. Because at the moment, the camera lens is to one side of the screen, it looks like you are looking away from them.
My idea is a device that stops childhood obesity. It's a special spray that reacts to the device. There shall be several flavours. This will benefit adults and children.
My idea is a combination of a television and a food printer. The television, which prints food, can help you decide what you want to buy. You can taste the food through the television. Only small samples of the food is given just for tasting. It may help in advertising the food.
My idea is a laptop with a tablet on the back of it. It is useful for people with no projector, computer or other devices to show the screen. You can project it from the laptop to the tablet on the back.
Well, it was very interesting. And now I'm going to ask some experts for comments. Layla, are you ready?
Thank you, Amelia. Hello, I'm Layla, and today we are discussing the innovative ideas of our students. Joining me today we have Mr. Adigan, who is an entrepreneur and now mentors young people. So, what do you think about what we've heard from the team back in the studio?
Well, I had some amazing ideas that came through. I'm just surprised that young people come up with such good ideas. The three that I remember well are the laptop stroke tablet, which I'm calling LapTab. Then there's the, thank you. And then there was the one which was my personal favourite, is the spray, junk food spray, that you can spray onto any food and it will make it basically taste like junk food. I mean, the junk food spray, I think is just fantastic because you'll put greens and cucumbers and all these foods that people don't like or kids don't like in front of them. Quick spray and then they'll eat it.
So now I'm going to present you with two ideas which were shortlisted by student experts. Are you ready, Mr. Adigan?
I'm always ready, Layla.
All major TV studios and content providers stream their content now. Through the internet and satellite links we are able to watch programs from different countries. The choice is great, but at the same time it's limited by providers. We watch what they want us to be watching. The idea of internet and World Wide Web is really very simple. Any computer connected to the global network is able to reach any other similar computer. Any document on web can be accessed, provided you know its address and have access rights. Could it be the same with TV content? Could every TV studio stream content, so anyone can watch anything? Could there be a specific engine providing access to the streamed content? Is internet actually good enough for such a task? Just imagine, your smart TV has an app. It opens with a menu, with a simple hierarchy. You select a country, then a city and finally, a channel. and you watch it live, regardless of wherever you are and whichever remote town's TV you would like to watch. This idea is very simple, but it may require very complex technical solutions, and maybe even some new technology, which would allow faster and broader streaming net. It may even be independent from the current internet. The current internet mostly based on physical lines, which is reliable enough, but it may not be able to cope with huge amount of streamed data. Maybe companies like Sky, with great experience in satellite communications, could be able to lead such a project, which will benefit both viewers and content providers, global-wise.
The propagation of stem cells could be a revolutionary process. This entails making multiple stem cells just from a single cell. This process could be vital, as stem cells are rare, they are undifferentiated cells. It means that they can be developed into any cell that you need. It could be a root hair cell, heart cell, etc. This would allow stem cells to be more accessible to scientists, researchers and the people that need them. Stem cell propagation will stop the extraction of cells from embryos. It may solve the ethical issue that people have with the process. It allows cures for many diseases and disorders like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, etc. No more extraction would be needed from bone marrow or human organs. If stem cells could be propagated, this would imply that there would essentially be an unlimited supply of the cells. It will allow researchers to test the cells more freely, as they wouldn't be seen as precious or limited as before. Once this treatment process would be performed, not as much funding would be needed for stem cell research. At the moment, most of it goes towards getting new stem cells. There is a way in which this propagation can be performed, as microdissection techniques allow selected cells to be isolated. Next, we add starting material for cell culture. This is what allows the number of cells to increase. It is an idea in the making, but the simple guidelines that researchers have practiced on other cells for propagation have been successful. So there is promise for the future of this scientific development.
So what do you think about these ideas?
Well, Layla, these are great global ideas, and I can see they're bound to change the future in some way. This is why I'm sure they'll be shortlisted.
Why do you think one student decided to stay anonymous?
Well, take the idea of the person that invented the internet. They never thought that many years later you'd see things like beheading and wars live as they happen. So some young people may think to themselves, well, I've got an idea, but this day can be abused and used wrongly sometime in the future. So especially if you're young, I would try to remain anonymous as well.
I completely agree. Well, that's it for us. Off, passing it on to Lily and Mia.
Hello, I'm Mia from Studios.
And I'm Lily. We're going to be talking about future technologies and select the best students' ideas.
The future technologies include stem cells and global TV network.
What do you think about stem cell technology?
Well, I thought it was really convenient inventions that help things like MS and Alzheimer's.
I heard that some people don't like stem cells. Why?
Well, some religions don't agree with it because it's like killing babies, and then others just don't like the fact that the embryo gets killed or it dies.
Right, I see. Well, let's introduce our senior experts, Dr. Richmond and Dr. Evangeli.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon to you. I'm Dr. Richmond, and I'm actually pro stem cells growing because I've had the unfortunate experience of having people in my own personal life with Alzheimer's and multiple sclerosis. And I know from the things that I've studied and read about that they can make a huge difference and a better quality of life for these people.
Where did you study stem cells?
At the University of Copenhagen.
Okay. Oh, so you're from Denmark?
Yes, I am.
And you, Dr. Evangeli?
Well, I can definitely see the benefits of stem cell treatment. I mean, as you said, the diseases that can be cured and the quality of life that can be improved are enormous. But as an economist, I'm a little bit concerned about the overpopulation of the use of the world's resources. And I'm a bit concerned that we are making these decisions and extending people's lives when perhaps we will suffer in the long term. I'm also a bit concerned about how where the money's going to come from. As a business person, where's that money going to be coming from, and who's going to benefit? So I think there's lots of questions. I think it's a very interesting topic and a really interesting area.
What ways do you think we're going to suffer in the future?
Well, I think there could be, as we have studied, and I think as you've studied, and we've all seen the impact on the world's resources. We are overpopulating the planet. We don't have food for some people. And if we extend life, then we will just be suffering from overpopulation and all the issues that.
But let me just interrupt here. But I believe that all the countries, the third world countries that we are sending aid to, where they also have all these diseases, the stem cell could help them. We can train them and help them to take care of themselves and have a productive and better life all around. Yeah. So therefore the stem cells for them would also be beneficial. As for where the money would come from, well, it's something that in like all medical research, it can come from charity, it can come from donation, it can come from anything. It just depends on how we can improve getting the stem cells. Perhaps we can use a system whereby we can get more than one or a few stem cells from one embryo. And there are many ways we can look at it to improve it.
What do you think about global TV?
Well, I think it's quite an exciting idea, and I find that perhaps watching a movie from another country that we cannot get in this country would be very entertaining for everyone. And also educational. It has many possibilities, and also it brings the world closer together. And as we are becoming so multicultural, I think it's a wonderful idea. I'd like to see it happen. What do you think?
I too think it's really exciting. It's really exciting for businesses. They'll be able to target particular groups and countries, and advertisers will be really able to get into specific groups. So it is very exciting. I just think it'll be a bit of a nightmare in each person's house because we already have so many channels to choose from. I think we'll be having arguments all over our,
I agree. More televisions in the house, that could be a problem, and the children will continue to have square eyes, which of course is a problem.
Learn another language from it?
Yes, that's a possibility.
Yeah, and learning lots about what's important in different parts of the world. Learning so much.
But do you think people might take the mick out of other people's language when watching?
But would you really, if you're genuinely not interested, would you really go into the other people's TV stations? Perhaps not. I really am concerned. I'm quite concerned about the way it's going to be monitored, though. There's lots of fake news on at the moment, and how we're actually going to monitor what goes on in these TV stations, and if people will really be sucked into what's being broadcast when perhaps it isn't real.
That's very, very important. And of course, sorry, I was going to say some countries are a little bit more liberal than we are, and may show things that are not appropriate for all viewers, and the problem of censoring that, or having it the right age group of children to watch, is another issue we need to look at.
Yeah, but it is exciting. It brings together lots of Arthur C. Clarke's original ideas of the global village, and our world is shrinking, so it'd be very exciting.
Absolutely.